myself in a situation, dog. I don't know what the to do, dog. Now, I mean, really tell you the truth, I do know what to do, but I'm gonna let y'all know what's going on. Bro, for the last 6 months, I've been having a $22 million contract debating on shit I do the deal or not. Know what I'm saying? I'm like, should I take the 22 million or the 22 million? The 22 million.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once, I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure, it's about to go up. Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once, I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure, it's about to go up. Roll my blunt and pass my lighter. Get lit, pop shit, get higher. I'm the hottest, call me fire. Rock out, jump up, live my life up.
We are back. Thanks for being here, y'all. I want to thank y'all, real talk, especially my day ones, Javon, Carrie, DC Mister, Bobby, and there's a lot more. I want to thank you guys for being here, real talk. And I really want to thank the ones that donate to the channel. That means so much. But just being here and liking a video and commenting and just holding conversation in the comment section, it means a lot. And we need to interact and like the video just to get it to spread the message, because this stuff, y'all, is right in our face. Whether we want it there or not, it's in our face. And these practices of these contracts and deals and oaths and just rituals and all that stuff, it's been here for a long time. We're going to focus on a little bit about Dolph, Honeycomb Brazy, and Finesse 2 times. Now, the Dolph part, it's a hard one for me when you got a personal rapport with the person and they're no longer here and you got to talk about them. It's like, you think about all the stuff, and yeah. Anyway, it's real. Dolph discusses how he turned down 22 mil. And then you got, on the other hand, Finesse and Honeycomb Brazy, they accepted deals and they're not happy whatsoever. We're gonna listen to these people air out these companies. Hit that thumbs up button. Thanks for being here. $ Trap House Kitchen 1. Let's go. So, young Dolph, he rejected a $22 million record deal to maintain ownership to his music and build his independent label, PRE. Now, he believed that the deal was like a labor deal, and that by waiting and being patient, like I always say, he believed that he'd earn more money over time and to keep full control over his music. We know that's not what they like whatsoever. And when you're a boss like that, you can make certain moves and the labels come to you. How often do you hear about a $22 million deal? So instead of signing, he chose to stay independent, believing he'd get that same amount of money, and I bet you he probably tripled that. Let's be real.
Man, I got myself in a situation, dog. I don't know what the to do, dog. Now, I mean, really tell you the truth, I do know what to do, but I'm gonna let y'all know what's going on. Bro, for the last 6 months, I've been having a $22 million contract debating on shit I do the deal or not. Know what I'm saying? I'm like, should I take the 22 million or the 22 million? The 22 million.
Now in this next clip, we're gonna listen to this vlogger speak about why he thinks that Dolph sold out. And he's gonna give examples of symbols and just things like that, stuff that we always pay attention to on this channel. Now, The thing that has me conflicted is that he did sign with Empire. We all know that. And some people talk about an empire curse and this and that. I'm not sure if that's a real thing, but he did sign a distribution with Empire. So I want to say that was around the time he started flexing his stuff. The eye in the triangle and things like that. I just think that he was a little bit too, well, I can't even say he was a little bit too blatant, because they all do it, period. Right in our faces. Anyway, let's check out some of these clips.
In the Break the Bank music video, you see Dolph throwing up the devil horns with Offset. We already know about Offset in the Red Room. And I've already said, look out for the Masonic checkerboard design on clothing, on the floor, or anything like that. Pay attention to them throwing up the 666 and the devil horn. There's another sign I'll get to in a second. In the Rain Rain music video, you see the skull with horns. You know how they love their horns, like the devil horns. On his shirt, they even have in the back, like hanging up, like a skull. I guess of like a longhorn or something, of a bull. Again, the horns. Skull and horns. And also in the shot of him in the elevator, it's on his shirt, like I said before. Notice how there's 2 of them in the shot, signifying that he was replaced. And you see this theme a lot in music videos. Britney Spears had a whole cloning facility in one of her music videos. I know it's a little blurry, but Key Glock is throwing up the Murano hand sign. This is the sign I was talking about. No, that is not West Side. Pac was not throwing up West Side. Kendrick was not throwing up West Side. Snoop, none of those people were throwing up West Side. That is a Freemasonic hand sign. So look out for this one too. There are various pictures of historical figures throwing up this exact same hand sign. They be real slick with it. There's one of so-called Jesus doing it, and many others if you go through these pictures I'm showing. And then, oh look, more devil horns and one-eye symbolism in this music video. Now on to his upcoming album, Paper Route Illuminati. This is the one that made my job way too easy.
Now, like bro said, that was the one that made his job way too easy. And that's what really made me say that he was a little bit too obvious, but I had to retract that because a lot of them people do it. Real talk, a lot of them do it. And it's funny because people hop in my comments like, oh, you can't take their jokes literally when they say this or say that. Yeah, right. And if I can't, explain what Jim Carrey said on that talk show. I don't know which talk show it was, but he got out there doing some symbolism and some exposing, let's be real. But let's continue. I ain't about to talk y'all head.
He's throwing it right in our face. And I know someone's like, oh man, he just did that for album sales. It's controversy. Are you serious? You should put your head in the sand at this point if that's what you're thinking. Go Yayo did the exact same thing on his Rich Before 21 album cover. It was the all-seen album right there. Also notice Dolph's eye is red on the cover, signifying blood. And you have to remember, young Dolph is a big artist. He's been on Breakfast Club multiple times, TMZ, and Tim Westwood, just to name a few. You have to be tied in with them peoples to get to these platforms. Understand that. Just because you got hot music, Breakfast Club ain't gonna be like, hey man, come on the show. TMZ ain't just gonna start covering you. No, you have to know somebody with them ties. Also, look at his IG post for his announcement for this upcoming album. He mentions having to make sacrifices. No, not just time, sweat, and tears. No, some type of blood. Goes back to the Red Room. An artist with red hair. Family members just suddenly dying around the time their album goes #1. When they even drop an album or when they win an award. And just for more evidence, here's the Rich Slave album cover. Peep the name Rich Slave. He's telling you right there again, he's a slave to the industry.
Now, Rich Slave, that hit really different to me. And that's when I really peeped like, wow, did he take that deal? Like, because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Dolph is a really articulate dude. And for him to know the game and know how it goes, I was shocked that he made that video just like really denouncing the industry, but also professing his independence. And it goes back to influence. If a lot of these little dudes can see that they can be like Dolph and still own their music and do it their way, how they want to, and don't have to cut anybody in, they're gonna do it because they want to be like Dolph. They want those camouflage whips. They want them chicks. They want the clout. They want the money. They want the jewelry, the fame. Clout, fame, same difference. But let's move on. Let's check out the next clip.
He just happens to be rich. And look in the background. There's the Murano hand sign again. So I'm telling you, look out for the Murano hand sign as well. And I'm just getting warmed up. This will be the last Young Dolph Illuminati exposed video you will ever need to see. Like, there is no debate. I've even thrown in Key Glock, Money Man, Sauce Walker, and Goyayo just to show you these independent artists of one signed to independent labels still have to sell out. Next is the Cheetah print. I mentioned this on the live before. This signifies a beta sex kitten in the MK Ultra programming. So whenever you see these artists wearing Cheetah print, there's a reason for it. You know why now. You look at this picture of the baby. What does he have on? With 50 Cent. Oh wait, Cheetah print. And it's ironic considering that little rant he went on at Rollin' Loud. And he also did a song with Lil Nas X at one point too. Just tossing that out there. Oh look, Diddy's alleged lover, French Montana. What does he have on? Oh yeah, Cheetah print. Speaking of Diddy, look at that. Cheetah print on the Breakfast Club. And like I talked about Lil Wayne, look at that. Cheetah print. Tyler the Creator, Cheetah print in his hair. And Tyler the Creator's out of the closet anyway. Big Sean, oh wait, Cheetah print. And just to really drill this home, this ain't just dudes. Tiffany Haddish has the MK Ultra blonde hair wearing Cheetah print. Basically letting you know they done had some holes drilled through, if you will. Now fast forward to Young Dolph. Would you look at that in the Major music video? He's wearing Cheetah print. There's even another picture of him with Cheetah print shorts. And if you look on the album cover for Slave Owner, again, look at that Slave Owner. He has on a Cheetah print vest. It's like a furry vest, you see it.
All right, so I gotta be real, y'all. The Cheetah print, that's really a thing. I promise you, it's really a thing. I'm not gonna say alleged or anything like that. In one of my last few uploads, I made a video and I was discussing some things, and I brought up the fact that there was a clothing line called Obey. Yeah, Obey. But this was around the time where a lot of clothing that came out, it had the Cheetah print. No matter if it was on the elastic borders around the wrist, or if you had the like the black leather or fake little leather on the chest and the arm, the sleeves were Cheetah print, things like that. And I'm gonna tell you another thing too is the zebra print, the tiger print, things like that. They signify the same thing, but the word that stood out the most was beta. A lot of these dudes wearing this stuff, y'all heard it. And if you don't get what I'm saying, just run that last clip back. But is that real? Tyler the Creator, he was so bold to do his hair in the print. They're putting it right in our face, y'all.
Now to the Yo Gotti Black Youngster mess. I'ma speed through a lot of this. I'm sure you've already heard or familiar with it. As you know, Dolph turned down a deal from Yo Gotti back in the day. Yo Gotti didn't care too much for that. Dolph has been dissing Yo Gotti, the Illuminati, so on and so forth. 100 shots. We already know what happened there. Black Youngster was a pawn in this beef. And eventually it got to a point where they were in Hollywood. I'm gonna say it again, in Hollywood. Where Dolph's entourage and Gotti's entourage happened to be staying at the same hotel. What are the odds of that? Where Dolph was shot multiple times in front of the Lowe's, I think that's Lowe's Hotel. It's spelled really weird. Around 1 p.m., he was taken to a hospital in critical but stable condition. He got into it with 3 men. Just peep that number 3, they love them 3s and 6s. When he was released, he was wearing a Hollywood shirt with Saturn on it. Peep the Saturn worship like Yahweh. And the rainbows on there. Now you look and see his lawyers even throwing up a Masonic gesture once he gets in the car. they make sure to pan over to him. And oh yeah, Dolph was throwing up the devil horns too. And I know some people have the theory that Dolph was killed and cloned and then he signed over to the powers that be. But from looking at it, it's clear he been sold out. Like, it's very clear. I'm actually surprised I didn't catch on to this years ago, especially when he had that Jeezy Rick Ross feature on Preach. I've also heard, allegedly, Yo Gotti tried to sacrifice him, and that's what the whole beef was really over. And my last point, looking at Dolph now, with the beard, I don't even think that's the real Dolph. I think that's a replacement. And I know someone's like, man, he just grew out the beard, that's why he look different. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That last clip was heavy. It was really heavy. And I want to start with the part where he spoke about the beard and this and that. I had to look at that different because it kind of, especially the part where he was laying on the ground on the American flag, but it kind of didn't look like Dolph. But what a lot of people fail to realize is that Dolph was a little bit older than a lot of these rappers. He was older. He just stayed shaved. He was a barber himself, actually, but he was a little bit older. So we never have seen this man with facial hair. So people tell me when I grow my beard that my face looks chubby, but when I cut it, they say it looks lean. So it could be that part to why people would say he was cloned, then came back and accepted a deal and this and that. And let's get back to that distribution. The dude in the video said that even when you do these independent things and this and that, you still have to sell out. And this is the reason why I believe that guy. I was a part of it. Period. QC. Listen, it started out independent. It really did. It started out independent. And like I said in my upload about exposing the Migos and this and that, it changed after Versace. It changed when Drake got on there. But a little bit after that, that's when the industry fams tapped in.